Anyway, I believe we are in a new era of new marketing, new content. I believe everyone here is one video away from changing their life. And I'm gonna explain in this whole presentation why and how. So what I mean is, I used to be a photographer for 9 years. I had quite a successful company, but I quit it all to go all in on content, on videos. Because of that, I gained 120,000 followers in 1 year, and I went from being a normal photographer to an expert worldwide suddenly, which is what people say, right? And then I got, from one post, I got, like in the marketing world, that's kind of crazy. From one post, I got 150 calls.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, in 1 or 2 days. Like, my whole calendar was booked out, and that was very unexpected for me. So from one post, organically, right?
What was the posting platform?
On Instagram, it was very simple. It was just like, new, I now do free calls. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between a 400 and a 4,000 photo shoot? I can teach you how. Or I can teach you what it is. I just posted that. I was expecting very low engagement because it's not a video.
What was your following at the time as well?
I think around 100.
So you had 100k followers at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But I'll explain later why it doesn't matter. Well, it does a little bit, but okay. And then today, or yesterday, I got 500 messages or leads from one single post. 500, that's insane. I've never seen anything like that. And then I haven't even made a post myself. It was a really good post that I haven't touched, haven't done anything about it. I'll explain later. And then the last thing we'll speak about how AI is going to change everything. I'm testing out using like cold audience to warm them up with AI, with personalized questions and stuff like that. And that's just going to be fascinating. And then here to show a little bit my results, those are some people or brands that I've worked with: Wim Hof, Yacht Week, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein. I did the craziest festivals in the world, Bumble even. Yep. No, this is why actually we're entering this new era. First of all, social media is the biggest market in the world right now. The new generation loves videos much more than they love text. Gen Z uses TikTok more than they use, as in they search on TikTok more than they search on Google, or they prefer searching on TikTok more than they search on Google. So some people call TikTok the best school in the world. I'll be one of them. And it's the first time ever in history where we humans can reach millions of people from our bed, from making a video. And then my why I like stopped photography and went all in on this. First of all, I noticed, like I used to do marketing basically with photos for companies. And I noticed since Corona or since TikTok came, I noticed that my photos are getting much less engagement, and because I used to post only photos as a photographer. So that was one of like other reason was I just learned that visual or video is much more natural way. Like we speak, we see each other now, so that's a much more natural way. And then I saw a post that actually confirmed that. The best way we learn is by real life experience, second videos, third photos, fourth icons, and then text. Or that's like a natural way we see the world. And then ads also, I heard ads are becoming more and more expensive, the more attention is scarce. One thing I did also is I spent like to get to those high paying clients and making my business successful, I spent like 3 years on my website, where I got like Netflix to contact me because of my website and stuff like that. And literally like full time spent making this website amazing. But then I realized like people don't want to go to your website. They just prefer going to your social media, like for every business or most businesses. So I was like, what am I wasting my time here on? Instead of putting my attention on my website, I'll put it on my social media. Let's see what happens. I want to make passive income. I was like raising my prices all the time, but went really slowly. So passive income also with social media, that's a really good thing. Well, you have YouTube, which pays you, but also you get a lot of attention. And if you speak about problems on social media and you speak about how to solve them, then people will want the solution, and they will want maybe extra help for the solution, or they will want extra things that you can charge for. Like
you charge for. Okay, so that means that you're creating a coaching or a
yeah.
course.
So Yeah, so I started with presets, which is kind of filters, like for the phone, because I'm a photographer. I used to be a photographer, and a lot of photographers follow me, and I speak to photographers, so they want like to have good color grading, so that's what I used to sell. Now I sell more coaching or a program with coaching, presets, and everything to change their lives. And then the reason I never really did it before I failed with social media was because of wrong advice that we hear out like everywhere. First of all, it's never work for free, value money more than learning. So me as a content creator, I always work for free. Every post, every video, everything is for free basically. So that's kind of a wrong mindset, and I believe free work can help you grow a lot, but that's more of a coaching thing as well. And then fake it till you make it, that's also terrible advice, I think. Authenticity is the new standard, and people really connect with authenticity now more than ever, and they crave it. And then most people have the priorities completely wrong about social media, and myself as well. So for example, I used to focus more on posting stories, on sharing what's my lifestyle at. So I spend around on average an hour posting on stories. But instead, if I could post the same stories or similar stories and spend the same amount of time, I could have a post which could have gone viral instead. Because the return on investment on a story, you can get like 10% of your followers to view it, but on a reel, you can get millions of people. So you kind of take the risk every time. Yeah.
Do you mind just interrupting, or do you want
No, yeah, sure.
I fucking love reels.
Do you?
Sorry, no, what I'm talking about, I love stories. I
Okay.
get carried away. I'm like, they're really fun, and I know they're going to disappear in
To
24
make.
hours. Right. To make, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just in the moment, it's fun.
Yeah.
Do you? I know that there is a way that you can then create a post from those stories.
Mm.
Have you ever done that? Is that not a way for you to tick that box of making a reel and getting that post, as well as the kind of that authentic, it's only live for 24-hour story at the same time? Or have you not done that much?
Well, that was my mistake, right? I used to focus on that. I used to spend an hour and then tell myself I don't have time to post anymore. But you could post the same things that you post on stories on reels, and it will perform much better. Because you always need to think like, what if people see it's that they don't know me? Will they understand the context? Will they understand what's going on here? And like one thing I do is now I started sharing stories again, but one thing I do is like if I see it gets more like than an average like story, I just share it as a reel, and sometimes it performs amazing, and it's just mind blowing. A thing is like most people think when you have a lot of followers, it means that you can reach all of them all the time. That's not true. If I make a bad post, I might get 2,000 views. If I make a good post, I might get 10,000, no, 50,000 or 100 or a million, right? But it's all about understanding your audience or understanding context and what people actually want to see and how do they understand it. Other things that people do wrong and that I used to do wrong as well is like focusing on engaging with other creators, all those tips like follow for follow, using hashtags, not necessary anymore. Gear obsession, like thinking videos need to be perfect, I need to buy a camera, I need to buy all those things instead of focusing on psychology, which is what really matters. Following trends, also a waste of time, I think. Well, it depends. If you want to get attention, following trends is nice, but if you want to get sales and actually build something, then it's a waste of time. The grid needs to look good. That used to be one of my biggest things. You know what I mean with grid? So when you look at the Instagram from outside and then you see like one huge photo or like everything matches, waste of time and potential. And then quality is more important than quantity. That's also not really from my experience. I think quantity and learning is much better than quality, and being humble or understanding I don't know it all. That's one of my biggest lessons. And then the other reasons people usually fail and what I failed is I thought I needed to be more attractive, I need to have more muscles, I need to have a better accent, better English, have a more interesting life, sound smarter. I used to think all of those things. I used to be a perfectionist as well. Yeah, I didn't believe in myself. I had no ownership. Yeah, it's just like normal mentorship stuff.